Good morning. Today is a little bit of a winter chore day. I'm sweeping up the garden, etc. I just got one of these wooden brooms with actually this is broom corn, which I've grown in the garden before, which is kind of fun. But I just got one of these wooden brooms and I'm replacing, this is my old broom, like just, you know, the typical kind of like plastic, I don't know what, bathroom kitchen broom. I forgot how good like a good wooden broom like this is. I know this isn't applicable to every garden because like a lot of you probably don't have this kind of, you know, patio situation, but my garden, a big portion of it is patio-ish and I always end up sweeping out here. It's just kind of like, I joke that this is my most used garden tool. But I used to ride horses a lot and, you know, you'd always have to sweep up the barns and we always use these like wooden brooms. And I totally forgot how good they are. It's so much easier, so much nicer to sweep with. I wish I had replaced it sooner, but I'm really happy. It's also much more aesthetic, which I'm kind of trying to make, you know, romanticize the ordinary a little bit. And so something like this just does kind of make things, you know, just a little bit prettier or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna keep sweeping up because this is so nice and I'm so excited. I have to share that. If you're looking for a broom to do like a lot of big sweeping in a space like this, consider one of these broom corn, like old school brooms. They actually work a lot better. So in addition to the broom, I got a couple other deliveries. One, I talked about this in one of my last videos. It came really quickly. These are my Lotus seeds, so I thought I would open them here and then we'll get them started together probably in another video. Okay, here we are. Oh good, they look like they're in good shape. You know, you always worry about seeds getting crushed. 10, let's see if I can open it for you. Bonsai water lily. Look at this. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so there should be 10 seeds in there. Let's see what it says. Okay, plant in a large container. Use a soil free of herbicides and pesticides. Okay. This is so cool. Yeah, so I will do a whole video as I get this set up, but I'm really excited about these. They're so cute. Okay, and then I ordered from Baker Creek my peanuts. So let's see. Those, I'm sure we all know what they are going to look like. But I got these peanuts. These are a black peanut, so they should be really awesome. They're going to need to be in loose sandy soil. Keep well weeded. Okay. Requires 125 to 140 days to harvest. I gotta figure out what container I can grow these in, but that was super fun. Love getting seeds like that. And I kept myself just to ordering just the seeds I wanted. I didn't throw in any extras. All right, so the rest of the things on today's list are just a little bit of cleanup. January is usually where I take out some just like old like leaves. I've got the phlox and stuff like that needs to come out. So I'm just gonna trim those back, sweep up, kind of, you know, the typical wintry chores, but it's gotta be done and it gives me a good excuse to get out in the garden this time of year. So I love that. So I'm gonna go trim back the phlox because that's what's staring at me right now and looking really kind of just dead and tired. All right, while I am out here, I'm taking the opportunity to trim out a few of the leaves from this collard. This is the Morris heading collard, and they're doing pretty well through our winter here, but there just are a few of these like lower leaves that are getting kind of old and dead. So I just want to pull out any of those leaves so that they're not creating basically food for the slugs and the snails. The slugs and snails really aren't active right now, but we do have a few warm enough days that I see some of them out here, and I also just want to stay on top of it, honestly, so I don't have quite as big of a project in the spring. I've also got over here, let me show you, some of the onions are coming up. I popped in just a couple of my onion sets, and they are growing over here, looking pretty good. The squirrels have been digging in this bed, so I gotta kind of be careful, make sure these onions are doing okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this little barrier on the other side, kind of through here, just so the squirrels are less likely to wanna dig up in this area. I just got these to kind of help keep my garden plants up out of the walkways. Because my walkways are so narrow, the plants tend to spill out of the raised beds, which I like, but I just figured adding a little bit of structure here would help keep the plants kind of inside the beds a little bit come growing season. I will know more of how well that works, you know, in a few months here when things start growing. But that's my thought for this year, is to just kind of help prop everything up a little bit, and maybe that'll kind of make things, I don't know, just a little bit easier. There's also some dead growth in this maple tree. I'm gonna get that out and yeah, sweep up the last little bits here and deadhead the violas. That's a task you always have to stay on top of. As I'm out here deadheading, I am thinking about when I should start those lotus seeds and kind of debating with myself. I probably should wait till we get closer to a period where I could plant them out, because obviously right now they're gonna have to be inside where it's warm. So yeah, I probably should wait a little bit, but I also really want to get them going. I'm just so excited to see. But I don't know how long I could keep them going inside. So I think I'm gonna wait. I think I probably should just wait until it's all the way time to direct sow them. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more reading up on how to grow those. But that's always so key this time of year, when you're getting ready to seed start and really like thinking through when things actually need to get started and all of that, because it does make a huge difference. And nothing is worse than starting something too early and getting into a position where you're you know, you're stuck with something that's like really huge. The first year I started seeds ever, I started tomato seeds, and I was so excited. I can't remember if I started them 12 weeks out, something like way too early, but you know, I like to just kind of push the limits and try things. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. We had like 3-foot tomato plants that I was hauling in and out of our house. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. My poor husband was like, what is happening? Our whole kitchen was just filled with tomato plants. We did get tomatoes really early that year, so I will say that, but it was rough. And this time of year, when I get these feelings, like with this lotus plant, when I'm like, oh, I just want to start it, I just want to see what's happened, I just want to do it, I think about those tomatoes, and I think about those tomato trees in my kitchen, and I remember, no, I am not starting it too early. There is so much damage on these kales, like all of these plants that were out in that really cold frost. There's so much damage. I'm gonna leave, I mean, hardly anything is happening with this kale, and we're at the time of year where there's not enough sunlight or anything that these aren't going to grow super vigorously. Although the violas are growing nicely. I could probably do with planting in some more violas in this area, but I'm not going to worry about it. This is one of those self-watering containers, and I'll show you. I got a few of these self-watering containers that have like little trays in them, but the problem is they hold a lot of water, and sometimes they hold too much. So like when you have plants like this time of year, like there's a lot of water, and I sometimes drain them, honestly, if I feel like it's getting too waterlogged. Like it seems really soaked in this pot, and you know, plants can only take so much water. Let's see what else. Oh my gosh, look how big the onions are getting under this row cover. I haven't taken this off in a few weeks, really. This is so cool. There's onions and garlic in here. And then also this corn salad is looking beautiful. I don't think I've ever had corn salad grow this well. I mean, that looks really lovely. Ooh, I'm gonna have to harvest some of that for some salads. Delicious. This lanceolato kale, I'm actually really kind of sad. It just didn't really make it through our freeze, so I'm gonna take it out. But oh my gosh, the corn salad is the winner, so I'm gonna focus on that success because that is really neat. And I'm just gonna pull out these little kales. I mean, it's too early to plant anything else in, but I'm just excited to sort of refresh for the spring garden. I just pulled out some of that kale, and it's really too early to plant anything else in. I could really leave it, but I don't know. I'm getting that like antsy feeling where I'm ready. I'm ready to start planting things. So rather than actually do any seed starting or anything like that, I'm just gonna do some of the stuff that I can do, like, you know, cleaning out some of that kale. It's just not looking good. The more I do these projects now, I figure, you know, it's one less thing that I'll have to do once the season gets really, really busy. So might as well just get it out. All right, well, I think I got a couple things done, so that feels good. And I unpacked those seeds, which is exciting, and really definitely up to the game with the broom situation. That is so much better. All right, it's a couple hours later, but I just wanted to pop back on here to finish this video and say thank you so much for watching. So excited to get these seeds. I can't wait to get them planted. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon.